Now, a new safeguarding standard has launched this month, aiming to help protect children when working with organisations and sports clubs. It's the brainchild of former professional footballer Dr. Paul Stewart, who was abused as a child by his coach. And I'm pleased to say that Paul Stewart joins me now. A very good morning to you. Thanks so much for talking to us. And I know that you have very bravely been very open about the abuse that you suffered by your coach. Give us an idea of the impact it's had on your life and why you feel it's so important to protect others.
Well, I think my story has been well documented, Anna, and the impact it's had on my adult life has been far worse than the abuse itself, and not just on me, on those loved ones around me. It affected all my family, my parents, my brothers. So people sometimes don't understand the impact of abuse. Whilst it is horrendous on the individual, it really does reach far and beyond just the individual that's being abused. And as I say, for me, it really did devastate my adult life.
What you're trying to install in most sports clubs, Paul, is a safeguarding fundamentals quality mark, the SGF. It's a form of accreditation. I honestly can't think why a sports club would not want to do this, but what are the steps that they will have to go through so that they can get this mark and parents can send their child to that club and feel that they're safe?
Well, thank you, Jackie, and you're right. When I look at establishments like Sky, for instance, they will have a health and safety certificate which is clearly displayed. What I want to do with the quality mark is much the same at all organisations. This isn't just for sporting clubs, it's for any organisation that involves children. And what I wanted to do, I guess there are three main objectives. First of all, it shows a commitment from the organisation to safeguarding and the well-being and safety of the youngsters that are at that organisation. Secondly, if they display this quality mark around their organisation and on the website, it will reassure parents that the children at that organisation, it will reassure them that everything that can possibly be done has been done to keep the children safe and free from harm or abuse. But I think the most important objective is that it will deter these individuals that want to infiltrate these organisations and perpetrate harm and abuse on the youngsters taking part in whatever activity they wish to do so. And we want the children to flourish. We want them to enjoy the activities that they're at, but we want them to do it in a safe and free from harm organisation. And I'm hoping that it becomes recognised so it does deter those that want to perpetrate abuse of any sort, that is, any sort of abuse, whether that be bullying, whether it be shouting from these touchlines. There are many forms of abuse that can impact youngsters and really impact them as they get older. And I'm hoping that this new initiative will help stop any of that.
And as Jackie was saying, Paul, it's hard to imagine why any club or organisation wouldn't want to sign up to something like this. But what kind of response have you had so far?
Do you know what? The response has been overwhelming, if I'm honest. And organisations that have already applied for the quality mark would be ones I wouldn't have thought of. We've had a cheerleading organisation, we've had a children's choir, we've had a Baptist church, amongst others. And this is what I wanted this to be. I wanted it to be inclusive for every organisation involving children, because, as you know, I work extensively in this field, and I've probably made it a mission in my life to do as much as I can to protect those children so that they can go to these organisations, they can flourish, and that Jackie's talking about the stars of the future that are winning Olympic golds and things like that. So I think and hope that this will become a recognised quality mark, and that it will reassure, as I said, parents that organisation has done everything in its powers to keep their children safe. I mean, we as parents, we talk about children being the most precious things that we possess, then we should make sure that when we're leaving them at organisations that everything has been done to make sure that the children are safe and free from harm, and as I said, they can go and flourish and enjoy the activity.
Well, Paul Stewart, we do appreciate you coming on today and telling us a little bit about the steps that